Namaste students and good morning to all. Students, I hope that you already know that we have already started with this topic, goods and service tax. Very interesting and easy topic. And I hope you must have seen the previous video of this goods and service tax. If you have not seen, please see to it, because in that I have explained all the concepts related to that. And students, now one or two points we have to discuss in that. Then we will do the sums based on this GST. So your concept will be more clear. Okay, when we see the different examples, your concept will be more clear. Okay, so let us quickly recap till now in this topic what we have done. Till now in this topic you understood what is GST. GST is nothing but it is a single tax system implemented in July 2017 under the vision of Modi government, that is single nation, single tax. Then we have also seen that in GST, this GST is divided into how many slabs? Basically, GST is divided into 5 different slabs: 0%, 5%, 12%, 18% and 28%. All the expensive things and the precious things falls on the 28% tax slab. Okay students, then we have discussed how many types of GST are there. Basically, there are 3 types of GST. State GST, which is known as SGST, then central GST, that is called CGST, and third is integrated GST, that is IGST. Okay, so basically there are 3 types of different GST. State GST, in that you can also include union territory GST. Okay, if the businesses are taking place within the union territory, then it is also called UTGST or UGST, that is Union Territory GST. Okay students, afterwards we have also learned the concept that how the tax is collected by the state government or how the tax is collected by central government. It means how the distribution of the tax is done. Now students, you know that when the businesses are taking intrastate means within the state. Suppose if I am purchasing from Surat and I am selling in Rajkot, then it is called intrastate because both are in the same state of Gujarat. So whenever any business is done in intrastate or whenever any purchase or selling is done within the state, it is called intrastate. Now in intrastate, how the distribution of tax is done? The tax is equally divided to the state government and central government. Suppose for example, if the tax is 18%, then 9% goes to state government and 9% goes to central government. But it is only if it is intrastate. Okay. Then second thing we have learned, if it is interstate. Interstate means I am purchasing something from Rajasthan and I am selling in Gujarat. So it is between 2 states. Both are different states. One is Rajasthan and one is Gujarat. So if the business is taking in interstate, that is called interstate. Yes, so if the business is taking in interstate, then the whole tax goes to the central government, and that tax is called IGCST. Okay, integrated tax system. That is called integrated tax system, IGCST. So the whole tax goes to the government. Then the government will decide how much he will give to Rajasthan and how much he will give to Gujarat. But students, you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Questions are not asked, okay, from this IGGST, how much tax goes to Gujarat and how much tax to Maharashtra or Rajasthan, that type of questions are not asked, okay. So students, 2 important things you have to remember. If it is intra-state, means within the state, the tax is distributed equally to state government and central government. And if the business are taking place in interstate, that is from one state to another state, then the whole tax goes to the central government only, that is IGCST. Okay, sorry, IGGST. So integrated tax system. Okay, that things we have learned. And students, I have explained this detail in example in the previous video. So please go through that previous video. Then we have learned what do you mean by output tax and input tax. Okay, we have learned what do you mean by input tax. And we have also learned about output tax. Okay, students, see what do you mean by input tax? Whenever you are purchasing something, why the name is input tax, I will explain you. Whenever you are purchasing something, so you are bringing your goods in. Okay, so the tax which you pay on purchasing the good, that is called a input tax. See the word input means I am purchasing the goods, so I am bringing the goods in. So in that the tax which I am paying, that is called input tax. Suppose if I am purchasing any goods from manufacturer, or if I am a retailer, then I am purchasing the goods from a dealer. So I have to pay tax to the dealer, and the dealer will pay tax to the government. Okay, so nothing goes into the pocket of dealer or nothing goes into the pocket of retailer. Okay, so if I am purchasing the goods from dealer, then I have to pay the tax to the dealer. So that tax is called input. Input means whatever purchasing or whatever you are putting it in. Here what I am putting in the goods. The goods I am purchasing, so I am bringing the goods in, so that is called input tax. Now whenever I am selling the goods, so my goods are going out to some other people or to some other person. So whenever my goods go out, then in that case that tax is called output tax. So the tax which you collect whenever you are selling anything, that is called a output tax. Suppose this marker is there. If I am selling this marker, so the person who is purchasing this marker will pay tax to me. So for me this tax is the output tax. But the person who is purchasing, for him it will be the input tax. Okay, so whenever my goods are sold or whenever I am selling the goods, and the tax which I am collecting, it is called output tax. Now students, for the word input tax, there is one another thing that is called ITC. So ITC means it is input tax credit. So what do you mean by input tax credit? See, whenever I am purchasing any goods, okay, I have to pay the tax. And where is this tax is going? The tax is going to the government. So my tax is deposited to the government. So this tax I have spent from my pocket. Now will I get my tax back? Yes, of course you are. Whenever you will sell the goods, the tax which you will collect from that, whatever tax you have given to the government, you will get back. Okay. And how much GST is payable, that we have also learned. So that is also called input tax credit, means something is deposited. So whenever I am purchasing the goods, the tax which I am paying to the government. So the whole tax goes to government. So this tax is deposited with the government. That I have, from where this money of the tax I have got, I have spent from my pocket. Okay, I have spent from my pocket. Yes. So will I get this money back? Yes. Whenever I will sell the goods, the money which I will get from that, whatever money I have spent from my pocket, I will get back. How you will get it? That is called, suppose, let us understand through one example. Suppose input tax I have paid as 1000. After selling, I have got my output tax as rupees 1200. So when I sold the goods, I got rupees 1200 in terms of tax. So what I will do, first of all I will take my 1000 rupees. So 1000 rupees I will put my pocket. Now what about this extra 200? The extra 200 goes to the government. So we can say that GST payable is nothing but output tax minus input tax. So it will be 1200 minus 1000, that will be rupees 200. So now I will have to pay only 200 to the government. So you can see that nothing goes from the pocket of the dealer or the manufacturing. Who is the end payer of the tax? Finally, who is paying all the tax? The people who is consuming, means like us, who are the consumers. Okay, finally they are paying all the tax. So all the tax comes finally to the consumer. And in this way, you can see, you can calculate the GST payable. Okay students, now what one point we want to discuss over here is that sometimes it happens that sometimes input tax is greater than the output tax. In that case, what happens? Let us see one example. Okay students, Okay, students, now let us see. Suppose while purchasing the goods, suppose I am a retailer. Okay, I purchase the goods from dealer. Now in that case, I paid rupees 1500 as a tax. Rupees 1500 as a tax to the dealer. Now dealer will not keep this 1500 rupees in his pocket. He will give that tax to the government. And you know, if it is intra-state, then from that 50% will go to state government and 50% will go to central government. So from this 1500, 750 will go to state government and 750 will go to central government. Okay. Suppose my input tax, I bought one goods, okay, from the dealer. I am a retailer. I bought goods from dealer, and in that I have paid 1500 as a tax. So that is my input tax. Now assume that because of this lockdown and corona, I am not able to sell the goods. So I have to sell the goods at lower price, and at whatever price I sold the goods, but I was able to get only rupees 1200 as output tax. Why? Because assume that due to the lockdown and corona, I was not able to sold the goods at the profit. I have to sell the goods at a loss. So at whatever price I sold, but when I collected the tax, I got only rupees 1200. So here you can see, as a retailer, I already paid 1500 rupees to the government, but when I sold, I got only 1200 rupees as a tax. So in that case, I will get loss? No. In that case, what will happen? Then say 1500, here you can see input tax. Sorry, it is input. Input tax is greater than output tax. So see, this tax I already deposited with the government, and when I sold, I got only 1200 as a tax. So I have to pay more 300 from my pocket? No. So in this kind of scenario, when you see that input tax is more than output tax, then in that thing, you don't have to pay any GST. So GST will be credited in your account. Okay, what government will do? Government will credit 300 rupees in your account because you have already deposited 1500. And you already got only 1200. So from where this 300? The 300 GST will be credited in your account. Okay. So in this way it works. So when you are liable for paying GST, whenever output tax is more than input tax. What happens if input tax is more than output tax? Then GST will be credited. Okay, GST will be credited because see, the reason is 1500 rupees I already gave to government, but when I sold the goods I only got 1200. So 1200 I have given. Now what about this 300? Okay, so now from my pocket 1500 already went and I got only 1200. So what the government will do? The government will credit 300 rupees GST. So it is not lost to a retailer. Okay. So remember, in this taxation system, there is nothing lost to manufacturer or retailer. Whatever tax is there, retailer is collecting from the customer, dealer is collecting from the retailer, and retailer is collecting from the customer. So finally, students, we are the only ones who are paying the most of the tax, the consumer, who has to pay the tax. So in this way, the GST or taxation cycle goes on. Okay. I hope whatever concept we have discussed till now and these one or two concepts what we have discussed, I hope you have understood. Okay, more clarity will be there when we solve different kind of word problems. But students, in these word problems, you only have to remember one thing, that if the business are intra-state, means within the state, remember tax is divided equally to state government and central government. And if it is interstate, the whole tax goes to central government. Only these two concepts you have to remember, and you also have to remember how the GST is payable. GST payable you will find by finding the difference of output tax and input tax. What in case if input tax is greater than output tax? In that case, GST will be credited. Okay, GST will be credited into your account. So all these things you have to remember, all the concepts. Now whenever we are doing the sum, okay students, now here you can see in this topic only word problems will be there. Okay. Actually see the word problems are very easy. If you understood this concept, there is nothing in the word problems, but you have to, in the word problems, you have to see whether it is intrastate, interstate, okay, all that things. Now let us start with these few word problems. And students, in these word problems, what we are going to do, we will move from simple word problems to complex word problems. Okay, so that you will understand each and every concept. So let us start with the word problem. By solving these different kind of word problems, concept will be more clear in your mind. Okay, so let us start with the word problems now. Okay students, let us see the first word problem. Okay, a consumer buys a washing machine from a dealer at a discount of 20% on a marked price of rupees 25,000. So the marked price of a washing machine is 25,000 and the discount is given 20%. Okay. If the rate of GST is 18%, calculate. Now the rate of GST is 18%. So we have to calculate the tax that consumer has to pay for the purchase, and the second thing we have to find the total amount that the consumer has to pay for the washing machine. Now students, here you can see, here it is not asked to find SGST or CGST. Here nothing is fine. So this 18% you will not divide as 9%. When you have to do that, in the sum if it is mentioned that all the business are done in intrastate, or somewhere it is mentioned that it is intrastate, or in the question if it is asked find the SGST and CGST payable. So if such questions are asked, then only this 18% you divide into two equal parts. Now here nothing is given. Intrastate is also not given, or it is also not asked find the tax paid to the central government or the state government. Okay, so here whenever you are calculating the tax, you have to calculate the tax keeping 18% in mind. Okay, let us see. So what is given? First of all, the marked price of a washing machine is given to me. So first of all, I will write the marked price is rupees 25,000. And what is the discount given? Discount is given 20%. So the selling price of washing machine, selling price of a washing machine, selling price of washing machine will be, first it was marked price was 25,000. From that the consumer got a discount of 20%. So 20% of 25,000. Yes, students, here please write the statements in detail. Okay, because this question is of 3 to 4 marks in board exam. So you have to write each and every detailing statement. Please don't do any shortcuts in this. Write the full statements. Okay, so 25,000 minus 20% of, show all this calculation in detail. Even if you know this calculation mentally, please don't do that mentally. Show each and every steps. Okay, because the marks are allocated for different steps. Now here 20 and 20 can be gone. So 25 to the 50 and 0. So 25,000. So it will be rupees 20,000. So finally the consumer is getting this washing machine on rupees 20,000. Now he is purchasing from the dealer. So consumer is purchasing the washing machine at which price? At 20,000 rupees. Now students, here many times students get confused. Now the tax is paid on this 25,000 or this 20,000. Always remember students, the tax is always paid on the selling price, not on the marked price. Okay. Remember this one very important thing, the tax is always paid on the selling price. So now the consumer has to pay tax on this 20,000 rupees, not on this 25,000. Okay, remember this concept. Tax is always paid on selling price. Okay. So now the consumer will get the washing machine at 20,000 rupees. No, still tax he has to pay. Now see the first question. The tax that consumer has to pay for the purchase. He is purchasing at which price? 20,000. Now on this 20,000 he will pay tax. Now how much tax? 18%. So first thing, again students, please don't directly write the answer, write the statement. The tax that consumer has to pay. So the tax that consumer has to pay. Now just now only I have told you the tax is always paid on selling price. Please keep that thing in mind. So 20,000 he will pay the tax, but tax is how much? 18%. So 18% of 20,000. So when I do the calculation, so it will be 3,600 rupees. Now students, for this also please show the calculation. So 3,600 is to pay the tax. Now so he will give this 3,600 to the dealer, and dealer will give that to the government, because the dealer also might have paid some tax. The dealer have also bought some washing machine from the company. So when the dealer has purchased the washing machine, he has also paid some tax. Okay, so where this 3,600 will go? It will go to the dealer, but remember it will not go in dealer's pocket. Okay, this 3,600 will go to the government. Okay, so dealer will give this amount to government. So the first answer we have already got. How much tax the consumer is paying? He is paying 3,600. Now let us see. What is the second question? The total amount that the consumer has to pay for the washing machine. So in all, consumer has paid how much rupees? First of all, 20,000 for washing machine, plus this tax also he has paid. So our answer, the total amount, please write, once again I am telling, write the whole statement, that the consumer pays is equal to 20,000 plus 3,600. So it will be rupees 23,600. Okay, so the consumer has to pay 20,000 for the washing machine plus 18% GST of 20,000. That is 36. So in all he has to pay 23,600 rupees. Students, in real life also the calculations are done in this way only. And once again I am reminding you, always remember that GST is paid only on selling price, not on the smart price. Okay, I hope students you must have understood, because this was a very simple sum. The sum was also clear. The sum will be also clear to you, and then you can see there is no much complex calculation. All this calculation you have done in your previous grade. You know from the mark price how to calculate the selling price. Okay, so calculations are not complex. The only thing is you understand the word problem very carefully. Otherwise, all these calculations are very simple. I hope you have understood this. Please go through it once again. Okay, students, let us see the second one. Okay, students, one thing more. Yes, here the word problems will be a bit lengthy. Okay, because there are so many transactions taking place, so the word problem will be lengthy. So please read twice or thrice and try to understand. Okay, it also takes a lot of time to write the whole word problem. Okay, let us start from this. A dealer purchased a television from a manufacturer for rupees 20,000 and sold it to a retailer at a profit of 15%. Okay, if the rate of GST is 18%, we have to find these three things. The amount of input. Now students, I told input, whenever you are purchasing anything, so the tax which you are paying, that is called input. Input means the goods are coming in, and for that you are paying tax, so that is called input. So we have to find the amount of input CGST and input SGST. Now see, here is written CGST and SGST. Okay, it means here the transaction might be taking place within the state, okay, or intra-state. It is an intra-state transaction for the dealer. So for the dealer, what is his input CGST and output CGST? Sorry, input CGST, input SGST we have to find. CGST means the tax which is paid to central government, so central GST. and SGST means the tax which is paid to state government, that is state GST. Okay. Second thing, we have to find the amount of GST that the dealer has to deposit to the government. How much GST the dealer will deposit to the government? Dealer, not manufacturer. Because see, there are two persons, manufacturer and dealer, and retailer also. Okay, so please see that they are asking about whom? They are asking about the dealer. How much amount the dealer has to deposit to the government? The amount that the retailer has to pay for the television. And students see, yes, here it is written all transactions are taking place within the same state, means it is an intra-state. I mean, intra-state, one thing you have to remember, CGST and SGST, the tax will be equally divided to the state and the central government. Okay, so students, I think the question must be clear in your mind. A dealer is purchasing a television from the manufacturer at rupees 20,000. So the dealer is purchasing, so the dealer is bringing the television in. So he will have to pay the tax to manufacturer, and then manufacturer will give it to the government. Okay, this way the cycle goes. Okay, and he is selling to a retailer at a profit of 15%. If the rate of GST is 18%, first we will find these three things. First, let us see. Students, it's okay. Now see, first of all, from whatever the question is given, first to find all the things. Then you see what are the questions that are asked, then accordingly you write the answer. First you find each and everything. Okay, so here what is given to me? Dealer. Okay, first we are starting with dealer, because here in this sum there is no role of manufacturer. Okay, so for dealer, okay, for dealer, at which price he purchased the television? 20,000. So CP of a television. Now give the heading dealer. So we can know that all the information which we are writing, it is regarding dealer. So CP of television set is rupees 20,000. Okay. Now he is selling to the retailer. So he is selling to the retailer at a profit of 15%. So at which price he is selling? So selling price of a TV will be rupees 20,000. Plus he wants 15% profit. So 15% profit of 20,000. Okay. So that will be 20,000 plus 15% of 20,000 will be 3,000. So the selling price of the TV will be rupees 23,000. So we have found the cost price and we have found the selling price of a TV. Now see students, the dealer is purchasing the TV from the manufacturer. So he has to pay the tax to the manufacturer. Now we know it is an intra-state transaction because it is taken within the same state. So the dealer will have to pay equal amount of tax to state government and the central government. But on which price? On this. Now students, see, this is the cost price for dealer. But actually it is the selling price for manufacturer. So the tax will be calculated on this thing. So input tax. So what will be the input GST and input CGST? So first let us find that. So first sum. So input CGST. Now we know in intrastate the tax are equally distributed to central and state government. So what is 15%? So from that 7.5% will go to central government, 7.5% to state government, and this is input GST for which? For dealer. First one we are finding. Okay. So input GST you can write over here for dealer. Here equals, so 7.5% of 20,000. So you can calculate this. So 75 upon 1,000 into 20,000. So 3 zeros will be gone. Double of 75 is 150 and 10. So that is rupees 1,500. So input CGST for dealer will be rupees 1,500. Now what will be the input? I hope students you can see all these things. Input SGST again for dealer will be again 7.5% of 20,000. See, actually he is paying 15% tax, no? So from that 7.5% will go to state and 7.5% will go to center. So now here I can directly write, because this I already found. So 1500. So in all, how much tax is paying? 1500 plus 1500, that is he is paying 3000 rupees. Okay. Now let us see further. The amount of GST that the dealer has to deposit to the government. Now what is the selling price of a TV? The selling price of a TV is 23,000. Okay. So the dealer is selling the TV at this 23,000 to a consumer. Yes, to a customer is given, to the retailer. So the dealer is selling this TV at rupees 23,000 to the retailer. So again, retailer will have to pay the tax to the dealer. So for the dealer it will be which tax? Output tax. Okay. So the output tax for the dealer, let us find. So output tax collected by the dealer from retailer. Yes, students, here you have to write each and everything very clearly. Okay. Now see, I will explain you this once again. Now the dealer is selling to retailer at which price? 23,000. So retailer will also have to pay tax. For retailer it will be input tax. But as the dealer is selling out his product, so he will collect the tax from the retailer. So for dealer it will be the output tax. Now how much tax he will collect? Again the 15%, but 15% on which thing? On 23,000. So 15% on 23,000. So I will write. Now see, here again 15% the same thing. 7.5% will go to this and 7.5% will go to this. So how much it is? Okay, 15%. So 15% of 23,000. Now students, here they are not asking that how much the dealer is paying to the state government and the central government. What is the output GST and what is the output CGST? So that question they are not asking. Okay, so we'll directly calculate 15% of 23,000. So it will be 15 upon 100 into 23. So 0, 0 cut. Now 23 into 50. Oh, I have to calculate this. So 15 3 is 45.